Alright, I'm thinking I'm gonna maybe do some of the stories. Scrummy Clegg begs a moment of your time. I represent Haldix, the banking house. Uh, I represent Haldix, the banking house. I promise this will take only a moment of your unquestionable valuable time. He produces a contract with your flourishes. We hear promising things about you, Captain. Very promising indeed. We would like to extend our services. We provide a secure solution for storage of your assets. Okay, so this is literally just storing items. I am certain that this represents the beginning of a long and warm relationship between ourselves and our lineage. May it endure. I bid you good day. You may access your bank in the central port of any region. You find it in the list of areas on the left-hand menu when docked. Select to transfer items between your hold and bank. You will be able to access the contents of your bank from any port. If your captain dies, the contents of your bank will be inherited to your next captain. So basically it's storage. Excuse me, an opportunity. The fastidious inspector. Excuse me, Captain? A woman pushes through the crowds towards you. She is short and square-shouldered, in a neat black suit and polished shoes. She shows you the case of her pocket watch. It's embroidered with the crown and hourglass of London's horological office. The body responsible for ensuring time is consistent across the empire. I'm hoping to book passage to Port Prosper, she says, slipping a watch away. I can, of course, pay. Sounds promising. Thank you. The locomotive I was on broke down following a boiler rupture. The chief engineer thought I suspect. A gentleman fonder of brandy than the diligence. Here's an initial sum to our seal or bargain. Prosper lies to the northwest of Winchester. Note that there is such a thing as north, south, east, or indeed west out there. Instead, London cartographers pick four of the brighter, more reliable stars visible from the Emperor's new palace, and name them north, east, south, and west. Londoners value familiarity. Okay, so I now need to find out where the ports are. There should be one here and there should be one here. I hope. This is just the reach. Then you also have Albion, Illyria, the Blue Kingdom. Oh boy. Um, I kind of want to just go to the shops and buy one more case then. There we go. How much do I have in my hold? 30 go. Ooh, that's not good. Let's go. Okay, I think I'm first gonna try and look for the hole. Good thing I have a journal. Prosper. Well, and I'm first gonna try and look for Prosper. I also have these two places that I found but haven't visited yet. That didn't take a whole ride. The Assembly, a coalition of independent-minded settlers, colloquially called Techites, gather and argue here, deliver reports here to receive rewards and win the Techites' favor. Visit Victory Hall, raised in the wake of the blockade of New Winchester. This magnificence of glass and steel houses the Colonial Assembly. Raised in the wake of the blockade of New Manchester. Here, oh, alright, we already had this. Chat with the Indrid veteran, which is this tutorial, I think, because it says learn how you can be of use. Port reports. I don't have a port report though. Otherworldly artifacts. Balance of power in the reach. Chat with the Indolent veteran. Her skin is brown and her hair is beginning to grey. She wears a heavy unbuttoned coat. The metals gleam in the shadows behind its lapel. One half of her face is scarred from the frostbite. She is enjoying a quiet cigarillo, while her peers argue in the chambers of assembly. You talk for a while about life in the skies. With the cigarillo is just a stop, she says. I'd be grateful to hear a report from your travels, Captain. I suspect all manner of strife and imprudence is going to kick off this foreseeable. I mean to be ready for it. Oh, I suspect all manner of strife and imprudence is going to kick off in the unforeseeable. I mean to be ready for it. Alright. And then of course we have the other one here on the other side of the bridge. So these are basically just two different companies. I say companies, I meant factions. The local headquarters of the Windward Company, London's proxy in the Reach. Deliver port reports here to receive rewards and win company's favors. And then same thing, trade port reports for stuff. The secretary's gender is subject of some debate in the company's canteen. The secretary's prudence, however, is not. Both these facts provide the secretary with a great degree of satisfaction. I would be interested to receive reports on events in other ports, however small. The company has expensive interest. One never knows what might be important. So yeah, two places I can now hand in port reports, which they both use for their own gain. The fastidious inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship clock and had stopped. Perhaps you permit me to repair it? She has a little case of tools and a helpful expression. Permitted. She gives a grateful flicker of a smile and sets to work. Soon she has the back of the clock and the spread tiny cocks across the galley table. Obscure holographical tools gleam brazenly among them. Everything has a place. I appreciate the opportunity to keep myself busy. Staring too long at the stars is harmful to the temperament. The fastidious inspector has a round face, brown eyes, and a short dark hair. She gives the impression of being perpetually busy. What are the duties of the agent of the horological office? She sniffs. It is a it is of fundamental importance that 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in one corner of the Empire occurs at the same time as 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in the opposite corner. How is an empire supposed to function if it can't agree what day it is? Unfortunately, the process is complicated by the fact that time is less reliable than it was. The hour trade has seen to that. The seat of the empire lies far off Albion, where a man-made sun burns the sky. Another sun blazed there once, before her renewed majesty conquered it. Yes. Ask about news for London. London sits in her coat of smoke. Courtiers squabble at the foot of the throne of ours, hoping to receive endowment for years. Meanwhile, hard-working civil servants labor to ensure everything runs as it should. Was there a touch of archness there? All is normal. I miss her though. There is no city like London in all the skies, and Albion is very different from the Reach. Much more civilized. Discuss the Reach. It has an uncouth splendor. I miss Albion in the steady light of the sun works, the clockwork sun. I can't read and all anymore. These sunless reaches are so misty and quiet. She pauses, but critical. The territories here are rich with raw hours, and enough vegetation grows on them to feed the whole of London, even if some of it is in a dubious shape. Complimentary skills. Thank you, she says, a small embarrassed silence. Oh, what happens to the Regent's son? And London has a man-made sun. How did Her Majesty defeat the Hilt? We warred and we won. It's not my area of expertise, I'm afraid. The sons make the law, they say. Now Her Majesty makes it. As for the Regent's son, she looks through the window at the lightless staring mist. I don't know. Do sons grow old? Do they die of natural causes? I think that would probably be better than the alternative, wouldn't it? Bid her good evening. You have work to do. And you, Captain. I think I shall make a cup of tea. Oh. So yeah, you have some lore bits about this role. I personally do think it's very interesting to learn all those things. Oh yeah, I set out a bet, but because I see here that the area is not as well, I see here already part of the wall, so this is probably most likely going to be a wreckage. Oh boy, a Canticari, black-gated. The Canticari are lumbering half-fossilized isopods that will attack anything they disapprove of. Given that they are very ancient and murderous grumpy, that means almost everything. The large chunk of the Cantarine still lives. They can be slow to die, stubbornness, perhaps, or a sluggish journey of signals along the caliphate nerves. Uh, I'd rather have this. Listen to the last complaint. Its parting grumble is a bit mournful. Your crew share tales of the category to distract them from the noises. The category emits a long, pleasant eruption. It sounds as if someone had punctured its hippo. An engineer clears your throat. Once saw a herd of category Mappo's cornfluke. Must have been 2 dozen of them. So I've heard this, they impaled themselves on the spikes to get at it. Alright. But I have a feeling that, again, this is not going to be what I hope for. But I might as well check it out. An abandoned signal box. Windows cracks have excreted the filling of moss green dust. Once white painted is yellowed and peeling. The signal box possessed the faded dignity of a beleaguered butler. It was designed with pride to be part of that great folly of Isambard's line. Ooh. Captains who drove on the cash should note their names as ships, and what they took. Occasionally, they add anecdotes. I'm gonna read the ledger. The handwriting is poor but legible. Captain on the corner deposited fuel. The pen leaked as they wrote. Here is a column for miscellaneous notes. The captain details various damage done to their engine. And the causes hull, aggrieved Categorian backplate back bad launch for Prosper. Ooh. I don't really need it. I say as I only have one more of hope. But hey, we're currently just exploring. The moment I find Fort Prosper. Fort Prosper. Not a fort, it's a dock. Oh, what do I see there? Garden of Insatiable Roses. That's not what I want to do. What I want to find. But hey, I'm glad. This peaceful Carmine institution was founded by devils from London and dedicated to the betterment of the soul. Butteridge, a tour of heavens, described it as a cross between the spa, a sanatorium, and purgatory. She commends its bracing airs. Travel around Corellian. Corellian is broken into terraces where most of the soul's treatments take place. Some are easier to exit than others. Try to explore. Gentle the now. Before you can take a first step towards one of the terraces, a devil blocks your way. Oh yeah, I'm afraid. You must have permission from presiding deviless. Some of our procedures are exceedingly delicate. We need to be certain you comprehend what you are seeing. Aw. Write a port report. You take some notes on the pilgrim's journey through Corellian. The first port of call is the beehive-shaped office in the center, or more accurately, the long queue leading to it. From here, the infernal attendants direct them to one of Corellian's 7 gardens to undergo penance. They certainly look penitent by the time they emerge. Presumably, their souls are much improved, not that you can tell. Go speak to the presiding deviless. She is an artisan of souls. Perhaps she can do some with yours. Perhaps she'll just offer you advice. The presiding devils works in an office shaped like a beehive, a stone and wickerwood building that stands all alone in the middle of Karelian's central courtyard. She conducts intake interviews with new patients, one by one. After a long time in line, you reach her at last. Greetings, Captain. How may we stretch, strain, purify, and strengthen you? Now you've come to Karelian. Oh, okay. Um, okay. Ask her about Karelian. She must be used to explaining to newcomers, and those memories are attenuated by pain. We do whatever is necessary to reclaim unsatisfactory souls, she says. She sits back in her chair, and you can imagine her making just a pitch to the princes of hell, for humans primarily. Though we do attend to a few other creatures elsewhere on the Great Chain, they come to us with souls that are stained, disused, in every kind of sordid condition, and we make them acceptable again. Most of those who come to us are volunteers. The rest are beyond the position of being able to volunteer, consigned to Caroline by family or employers. Um, and after a stay at Caroline, then what? She looks surprised. Most people go home again. Some find that they are wary of their souls and pass them on to us. We operate on that splendid profit and on what we can get from donations or from the seals of penance and forgiveness. She looks at the black page before her. But what about you? You look sturdy enough to make full use of our services. Are you afraid of needles? What is your view of worms? Which do you fear more, venoms or poisons? Ooh, she is prepared to offer you a deal. Listen, she says, you are free to make use of Caroline. Take a penance or two after alter your soul. I think you'll find our services very imaginative. There is another matter I have to look into. A devil in rose-colored gloves. He used to supervise the gaslight terrace. He was removed from that position, but I fear he may still not be entirely aligned with the objective of Caroline. If you find out anything about him, anything to his disadvantage, she looks grim. Bring me the evidence. I will reward you. Ooh. I'm gonna return to the center. Um, Perhaps not. I will do that another time. I want to go on and find the city I'm looking for. And otherwise, go back to New Winchester. Alright, here we are, back at Winchester. Now, let me just grab some resources again. Sold all the port reports, so we have them now. Oh my god, it's so expensive. There we go. Anyway, let's continue. What have we found? Hey, Okay, we found Madeline's. Which is good, because I'm almost about to die. Madeleine's house of small comfort. The glass spires of Madeleine's pierced the clouds like swords. The glass spires of Madeleine's pierced the clouds like swords. Shadowed figures can be seen moving through the gleaming corridors, their identities obscured by the huge glass. Crowds of Skyfarers, ministry officials, and merchants mill about the forecourt. In varying degrees of distress, I'll watch the clock sets in the great clock tower, waiting for the appointed hour. Let's deliver the captain. Visions of Heaven, another 100 XP. Alright. Write a port report, of course. Madeleine is abuzz with activity. Barely has the clock chimed, then a clamor goes up at the front desk. Guests rush to and from appointments. Lord was seen in conversation with the amenable host. The East Wing was closed for general access all day. A certain distinguished admiral was seen with his second in command entering one of the chambers of regret. Several guests succumbed to an excess of sentimentality and were forcibly removed. Speak with the attendant. An attendant in the foyer schedules appointments with the aid of a hefty daybook and a very accurate clock. They are eager to explain the procedures and the rules that govern here. This is a hospital for the spirit. Your staff shall become the person you need. Here you may say farewell to a doomed comrade, resurrect an old love spar with a defeated enemy, all for a fair price, but do not overindulge. Our services are to heal, not to become an addiction. The founder and master of ceremonies at Madeleine's. He has a request for you by name. An attendant escorts you through the dazzling violet corridors. The host's red door is always open. The attendant leaves you as the clock begins to chime. The amenable host reclines on a couch of crushed velvet, a goblet of sparkling wine in his long fingers. Somewhat in the tower above him, the great clock ticks away. As a policy, the host atrium is always open to guests. He is available to hear opinions, friendly criticism, and suggestions. Today, he has a headache. Listen to the amenable host requests. He beckons you closer. His voice is soft and sibilant, like butter melting in candlelight. A guest has become rather too attached to a particular attendant. He always requests for the same attendant appear in the exact same guise. The amenable host's lips curl in distaste. He reiterates the aim of Madeleine's. A place of healing and respite. It was not meant to feed obsession or self-indulge, self-loathing. This guest brings sickness. I would have him purged. I have a dossier on your guest if you're interested in helping. Ooh. Take the lachrymose guest dossier. Sure. The amenable host smiles indulgently. I'm glad to hear that you want to help. He produces a thin sliver of pages and passes them to you. I'd recommend taking one of the roles of one of her attendants. That way you'd be playing the role of someone significant to him. The amenable host sighs, reaching for his goblet. He knows all of our attendants by voice now. Someone new is needed. What? I don't have any of this. Oh well. Bazaar. Can't even buy it, so great. Alright. Oh right, this is the thing we needed. This was the thing we had, the secret. Or opportunity. Can't buy anything. Alright. He stands on the threshold of the treatment chambers, his hands trembling. The attendants on duty have been informed about your involvement. How do you plan to deal with him? A treatment chamber has been emptied for you. Should you wish to adopt a guise from his past, alternatively, he is standing right there. He does not seem to have noticed you. His eyes instead boring through the doors of the treatment room. Approach this directly, disguise yourself as his mother, or disguise yourself as his lover. I'm gonna go at it directly. The lacrimal guest's eyes widen as you approach. Has there been a problem? You invite him to sit. Stiff brandies are ordered. You recount your own share of heartbreaks and tragedies. How you found yourself here, and you make clear that despite all that, you will be leaving. He nods slowly, and after a quick shake of your hand, walks away towards the station. He does not look back. Speak to the host. An attendant escorts you, yes, we all know. For better or for worse, you will not be returning to Middlelands. Let the amenable host know that Lacrimo's guest is gone. 100. The amenable host smiles beautifully. Of course, my staff will be pleased. It is a risk of our trade. When a client can no longer separate identity and illusion, that's seldom pleasant. He sighs deeply, echoing around the chamber like a newly freed dove. It is a trap any of us would fall into. His face darkens briefly. Here, take this. He fishes beneath his couch for one of the goblets. It will fetch a pretty price. Take it with my thanks, and do visit again. Ooh. There we go. Anyway. Onwards to Prosper. I have no clue where it's going to be, but I guess it's going to be somewhere here then. Well, time to explore some more. Alright, I have a point of history, of facet. Below the stairs. Smoggy Street. I'm gonna go for the smoggy streets. You spent much of your youth in the heart end of London, where the gas lamps are scarce, the prospect bleak, and the people as flinty as the cobbles. You spent much of your youth in the heart end of London, where the gas lamps were... Alright. Why do I repeat that? You were at home. The smoke painted your lungs black, your knuckles were scarred, but it was honest. There were diamonds in the dirt. Or you despised it. Only your dreams of something better kept you going. As soon as you saw an opportunity to make a new life for yourself, you jumped at it. You haven't looked back. There we go. So every time you level, you just get another memory of your life or something. And so that I will be able to find what I'm looking for. Nope. What the fuck? Um. Woo. Okay. I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. Hey, we found it. Finally. So, we're just gonna make a, Oh yes, deliver the fastidious inspector. She disembarks with her bag in hand and peers up at the clock tower that is being raised above the station. It is tangled with scaffolding and rings with the sound of hammers and the cries of workmen. The inspector will depart, but sure you've held up any conversation with her that you wish to. You will receive fuel and supplies in addition to a sum of money. Ensure you have 6 spaces in your vault before accepting. I do. Oh wait, there we go. Free fuel, free supplies, 150 and a lot of experience. They plan to call it Albert Clock in memory of the departed Prince Consort, but terrors await to go, yet the roof isn't finished and the clock neither ticks nor bongs. You can see the fastidious inspector up among the workings with a spanner and a can of oil, showing the workmen how it's done. Ask the horse foreman what they need. Brunswood, the foreman wheezes bluntly. 1 consignment they sell at the Trader Woods, at Polymer and Plenty, I hear. And a gourd of crusty nectar too. This bunch of work-shy integrates need constant shouting at, and my voice has given up the ghost. Some nectar should have me bellowing again, like a champion. Caroline's your best bet. There. Or Titania, the flower town whip, I like. Alright, so yeah, they take stuff. They take places in your hold. And to buy them, you need to actually buy them, which takes money. Oh, I need this for Alright, this needs to be gone back to Madeline and then cool. Let me go and do that.